So the 5 animals that you guys are going to see right now should be coming out of the water right now. There we go. So the 5 animals that you guys are going to be meeting right now are Kayla, Malia, Katina, Makayo, and Alani. I know that's a lot of names to remember, but we'll kind of go around and talk about each one of them individually. So you guys get a really awesome and unique perspective of our Shamu family here, that you get to meet all 5. A lot of times people only meet maybe even 2, 3, maybe even 4 of our killer whales at a time. So you guys get to see a lot of different personalities within our Shamu family. So it's really, really cool. So right now we're going to start with Kayla. Kayla is right here. She's working with her trainer, Daniel. She's going to be waving to you guys. So Kayla is a 27-year-old killer whale. Yeah, and she's pretty big. She's one of our largest killer whales that we have here at Shamu Stadium. Not quite the largest, but she's around 5,850 pounds. Pretty big, right? So, you might look at these guys, they're all black and white, right? How can we tell the difference? How can we tell the difference between each animal? You might wonder that, right? Well, I actually know each one of these animals differently. They look totally different compared to each other. So I'm going to teach you guys a little bit of how to tell them apart from each other. So how we can describe it is kind of like when you walk into a classroom for the very first time, you might know a couple people, but a lot of times you're not going to know the majority of the classroom, right? But everybody has different features. They have different color hair, different color eyes. Same with these guys. But their features are going to be a little bit different. If you look at Kayla, the very first one that I introduced you guys to, she has a beauty mark on the bottom portion of her jaw. So when you see her kind of come over to Daniel there, you're going to see that little tiny dot on our left-hand side. So you see that. She's very pretty. She also has blue eyes. Pretty cool, right? So right next to her, you're going to be seeing Malia. Malia's a little bit smaller, at around 3,000 pounds. And a way to tell Malia apart from the other killer whales is she has a very pointy eye patch. Right above her eye, those white marks, those are called eye patches. Hers are very pointy compared to everybody else's. That's something that is really, really cool for you guys that you get to see right now is you get to see all 3 of these guys right here. They're kind of waving up to you. These are family. So we have mom, sister, and little brother. They're all going to be waving to you right now. So that's Katina, Nalani, and Makayo. Katina is the mother at around 40 years old. She's going to be turning 40. And then right to our right-hand side here, that's Nalani. She is 9 years old. And how you can tell her apart from the other 2 is she has some eyelashes across her eye patches. We call them eyelashes because they're 3 little black marks right in the middle of that. She's going to be waving hello to you, along with her little brother, Makayo. He is 5 years old. He is the youngest here at Shamu Stadium. Now how I can describe Makayo is his personality. He is a little bit harder to tell from all the other killer whales because he is younger, and he is the smallest of our pod, but since he's young, he doesn't have those features. He's starting to grow into those features. He kind of looks like his mom a little bit with his eye patches, but as he grows, we're going to be able to see some different things about him. But one way that I can describe him to you guys is his personality. He is such a silly little boy, and that's exactly what he is. He's a little boy. There's actually a story that I can tell you guys about Makayo. We have enrichment devices that we can throw into the water. So enrichment devices are toys. They're big plastic toys that we can throw into the water for the killer whales to play with. If you look all the way in the back there, you can see some of our killer whale-sized toys. They're in a big toy box. Some of you can see it. So if you look all the way down on our left-hand side, you see all those big, huge plastic toys. So we can throw those into the water for the animals to play with. But Makayo seems to really like his toys. He is like a little boy. He is like a little baby. He likes to play with his toys. But there was one day when we were playing with Makayo, we gave him the option to play with 5 different toys. We just threw a bunch of different toys in there with him, some ice and jello. And he actually found a feather, a bird feather, and he played with that for an hour and a half. I watched him play with his feather for an hour and a half. He would spin it at the glass and suck it back in. And actually during the show, he had brought that feather over to us, had it in his mouth, and we had him do the show with the feather in his mouth. So he was jumping around with this little feather, and it was so cute. He had all these toys he could play with, but he wanted to play with a feather, so pretty cool. So that's how I could describe Micaiah to you guys. He's just a silly little boy. And then his mom, she is one of my favorites. She is exactly that. She is a mother. She loves taking care of her calves. She has a great bond with Micaiah and Nolani. And then she's also our matriarch, which means she is the top dog of all of our pods. We do have 7 killer whales here at Shamu. We have 2 males that are in the back, Tillicum and Trua. Tillicum is our largest at 12,000 pounds. So when I said that Kayla is one of the largest, he beats her by almost 6,000 pounds. Pretty big. But Katina, she's large too. She's around 5,550 pounds. And I keep on throwing out these numbers of their weights. You might wonder, like, how do you weigh a killer whale? Do you bring them out of the water? What do you do? If you look across the pool right there, there's that silver platform. That is actually a killer whale size scale. So what we can do is we can ask the animals to go over there, slide out. They put their tail up, and it's their entire weight on that platform over there. And we can get their weight. We get that weight every single week. We want to make sure that we get that weight so we can make sure they're maintaining their body weight. The females, they can kind of range between 10 pounds here and there, but we want the juveniles, like Micaiah and Nolani, we want them growing, so we make sure every single week that they're getting that right food amount so they can grow. So that was Kayla that you saw jumping in the middle of the pool there. If you guys saw that dimple there, that little beauty mark that she's got on the bottom of her chin. So I was talking a little bit about Katina. She is one of the largest that we have next to Tilly. They're going to be jumping right here, right next to us. It's going to be Nolani, Katina in the middle, and Micaiah on the end. You'll see the difference between all of them as they jump up. There they are. So yeah, Katina, she does have a little bit of a curved dorsal fin. And when you look at that dorsal fin and you look at her kids' dorsal fins, they're exactly the same. They're turning exactly the same. It's part of genetics. She passes that genetic down to her kids. She has a curved dorsal fin. Nolani's dorsal fin is starting to curve. And then Micaiah's will eventually curve as well. So that's part of their genetics, just like how someone would pass on their hair color. She's passing on her dorsal fin. We also have Trua in the back, but you don't see him right now, but he has a perfectly straight dorsal fin. And then we also have Malia. Her dorsal fin is quite straight too. It has 2 little notches out of the top, kind of like a flag. So when she swings around, you can kind of see that as well. So right now, we're going to be seeing Kayla and Malia swimming around. Kayla, she is really fun to talk about. She is also one of my favorite killer whales to talk about because she is so smart. She's such a smart animal. She learns very quickly, and she also tends to really like ice. So a lot of our reinforcement, you might think like, okay, a killer whale loves fish, right? That's like number 1 on their reinforcement or what they like or what we can give them. But we also give them other things like those toys I was talking about with Micaiah. We can also give them ice and jello. Kayla really tends to love her ice. She actually would almost do an entire interaction or entire show on just ice. She loves it. You put it in a bucket, she comes right out of the water, you pour it into her mouth, she'll eat it right up. And then I also mentioned jello. Kind of weird, right? It's not like the jello that you would get at a department store. It's actually unflavored, unscented gelatin that we can give them for a proper way of giving them water. These guys are just like us. They don't drink salt water. It would actually make them sick. They live in salt water, but they can't drink it. So they need that fresh water. So what we do is we supplement that fresh water by giving them jello. Pretty cool, right? We actually figured that out here right at Shamu Stadium. their reinforcement or part of something that they like to see these behaviors, but also we do a lot of our husbandry behaviors. And husbandry basically means in their own health care. So just like how you guys would go to a doctor, these guys can go to a doctor too. We have a 24-hour vet service that will come down here and check up on these guys almost every day. So one of those things that we're going to do as animal trainers is we have to create a bond with these animals. They're not going to just go and do anything for anyone. They have to know us. We create a friendship with them and just kind of let them know that everything's all right. Just you can trust me. This is what's going to happen here. So what we do for training with our veterinary services, they'll come down and we can actually ask the animal to lay out and we can get a blood on that animal. So it goes down and we get an entire blood map to see how healthy they are. And actually that can be turned over out into research. And we can give that to researchers on killer whales that might stand off of the coasts on the oceans. And they can look at that blood panel and see what a healthy killer whale and a sick killer whale might look like. Another research that we do here is really, really cool. I love talking about it. If you guys look over at the Shamu Stadium over there, you saw One Ocean, there's a catwalk right above. You see where all those lights are? That's what's called the catwalk. We had a researcher come here and stand up on that catwalk and take pictures of the killer whales swimming down below in the stadium. As he was taking those pictures, the reason why he was taking those pictures is because he needs it for his research on animals out in the ocean. He wants to make sure that those killer whales are healthy and that they're growing at a rate just like ours. We know that we have healthy juvenile killer whales, and he wants to check that out in the ocean. But as you guys might know, you might not be able to, you cannot get within 160 feet of a wild killer whale. They're part of the Marine Mammal Protection Act. So he has to take those pictures and he puts it up to our research of having them weighed. And then we also measure our killer whales twice a month to see how they're growing and see how big they are. He takes that and he puts it to his pictures, and then he goes over and he flies a drone over the ocean, and then he can take that and see how big the killer whales are out in the wild, see how they're growing, see if they're juveniles, what they might weigh, and how old they might be. Really awesome. So I really hope you guys had a great time here at Shamu Stadium. Just like us, killer whales learn through observation, cooperation, and experience. So when others see you and I picking up trash on the beach, it inspires them to make a difference too. Through Shamu, we are reminded that each of us, by our own choices, can make a difference out in the wild. So if we all join in cooperation as killer whales do, we can work wonders. And the beauty of our ocean will continue to thrive.
It's an historic year for our SeaWorld family of parks as we continue our mission to explore, inspire, and act to protect animals and the natural wonders of our world. We look forward to seeing you again for the next amazing chapter in the SeaWorld story.
Did you miss the whole show?
Well, I hope you guys had a great time here at Dine with Shamu. On behalf of all of us here at Shamu Stadium, goodbye everyone, have a great day.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we hope you've enjoyed Dine with Shamu. As our presentation comes to a close, please enjoy the remainder of your meal and have a whale of a day here at SeaWorld.
I'm sorry. Almost. Let me just finish eating.
I can see that one eye right there.
Little eye, yeah. Their eyes little.
I
They don't
always thought that way they built their eyes. I always thought that.
Yeah.
So you think the orca whales are cute?
Huh?
The whales are cute.
Oh, I love orca whales.
Well, you glad
They're my the prettiest whales. Very, very beautiful animals.
you guys got to see Tilikum, right?
Yes.
You guys got soaked.
No, I was not in the soak zone back when we came in Tilikum. That was 15 years ago.
So he's like 35 or not 35.
Yeah, I think he is. 30 something.